curious minds, welcome to Project Silence Prodigy, your one-stop solution for all things project management. I'm Govind, a certified PMP, and today we will explore the key concepts of project procurement management, including the make or buy decision, source selection analysis, bid documents, and different types of contracts. Mastering these concepts is crucial for making informed procurement choices and ensuring project success. Let's dive in. The first topic is make or buy. Make or buy decision is one of the very first steps in project procurement management because it determines the procurement needs of a project. Before creating the procurement management plan, the project team must decide what will be outsourced and what will be done in-house to ensure the efficient resource allocation. For this, we do make or buy analysis. It is a strategic evaluation used in project procurement management to determine whether a product, service, or result should be produced in-house or procured from an external supplier. This analysis considers many factors like cost, time, expertise, capacity, risk, and quality to ensure the best decision for the project. Make or buy decision. This is the outcome of make or buy analysis, where the project team decides whether to manufacture or develop a component internally or procure it from an external vendor. For example, in our 20 megawatt solar power plant project, should we manufacture the solar panel mounting structure in-house or purchase them from a supplier? Another example, should we hire the contractors for installation and commissioning or we use internal employees? Normally, it is decided to make the things in-house when the organization has expertise and resources. The in-house production is cheaper and offers best quality. The intellectual property protection is very important. And when the control over production and schedule is critical. And buying or outsourcing decision is made when vendors provide the product and services faster or cheaper, or in-house resources lack expertise or capacity. And when we buy from outside, we can focus more on core business activities. Source selection analysis. It involves assessing various selection methods to identify the most appropriate seller for procurement. Before finalizing a supplier or contractor, project manager must evaluate and prioritize factors like cost, quality, risk, and schedule. One of the very common method of choosing supplier is least cost. When we make procurement for routine items and there is not much variance in outcome, so we choose the least cost method. For example, in our 20 megawatt solar power plant project, purchasing standard electrical cables from suppliers following industry standards, we can use the least cost method. Since all suppliers meet the quality standards, so the one who offer the lowest cost will be selected. Another criteria of vendor selection is qualification. It is best for small value procurements where a full selection process is not needed. For example, hiring a legal consultant for contract review. So instead of a full selection process, a short list is prepared and the most experienced consultant is selected based on the credentials. Another method of selection is quality based, means highest technical proposal score. It is best for when the technical expertise is more important than cost. For example, selecting a SCADA system for our solar power plant. Since system reliability is critical, so the best technical proposal is chosen and cost is negotiated later. Next is quality and cost based. This option is chosen when both quality and cost are important. For example, hiring a contractor for solar panel installation where both the quality of work and installation cost matter. A weighted evaluation system like 70% for quality and 30% for cost is used to balance both factors. Another option is sole source. It is best when only one seller is available or justified. For example, procuring a critical spare part for a specific generator like crankshaft where only the OEM can provide them. Fixed budget. It is best when the budget is fixed and cannot be exceeded. For example, contracting a security services provider for a fixed annual budget. So vendors propose solutions within the given budget and the highest technical proposal within that budget is selected. Next topic is bid documents. Bid documents are used to request proposals from prospective sellers during project procurement management. The type of document used depends on the nature of the procurement and whether price, technical expertise, or another factor is the primary selection criteria. Statement of work SOW. It describes the required goods or services in sufficient detail to allow the prospective sellers to determine if they can provide the products, services, or results. Request for information RFI. This document is used when the buyer needs more information about available products, services, or solution before issuing an RFQ or RFP. It is normally used to pre-screen vendors and understand the market capabilities. For example, in our solar power plant project, before purchasing the battery energy storage system, the project team may issue an RFI to gather the technical specifications, supplier capabilities, and integration options. So, based on the responses from vendors, project team can decide whether to proceed with an RFQ or RFP. Request for quotation RFQ. This document is used when price and commercial terms are the primary factors in vendor selection. It is typically used for standardized product or routine services. For example, in our solar power plant project, the project team issues an RFQ for solar panels and inverters. Suppliers provide unit price, bulk discount, and delivery timelines. And the supplier who offers the lowest cost, required specification, and the better delivery time, he is selected. RFP request for proposal. This document is used when the buyer has a problem to solve and the solution requires technical expertise, innovation, or customization. The vendors are evaluated based on both technical and financial criteria rather than price alone. For example, we need the SCADA system for our 20 megawatt solar power plant project. The project team will issue an RFP to potential vendors to design, install, and integrate a SCADA system for real-time monitoring. The vendors submit detailed proposals, including their technical approach, project timeline, software compatibility, and cost. So the highest ranked proposal based on technical score and cost negotiation is awarded the contract. EOI, expression of interest. It is a document sent from sellers to prospective buyers to inform them of their interest in work. Next topic is contracts. A contract is a legally enforceable agreement between two parties that specifies the terms and conditions governing specific activities or transactions. In project management, contracts play a crucial role in defining the scope, deliverables, roles, and responsibilities of all involved parties. Contracts have some key characteristics like legally binding. A contract is enforceable by law, which ensure that all parties fulfill their obligations, meaning that failure to comply with the terms can result in legal consequences. Defined scope and deliverables. Contracts specify what is to be delivered, including the quality, quantity, and characteristics of the deliverables. Mutual agreement. offer and acceptance means one party makes an offer and the other accepts under agreed terms. Consideration, value exchange. Both parties provide something of value like money, goods, or services. Well defined terms and conditions. It covers payment terms, timelines, penalties, warranties, and dispute resolution mechanism. Risk allocation. Contracts outline how risks are shared between the buyer and seller, which can influence the project execution and performance. It specifies who is responsible for risk, such as cost overruns, delays, or quality failures. Performance metrics and deliverables. It establishes quality standards, key performance indicators, KPIs, and acceptance criteria. Change management provisions. It defines procedures for contract modifications, amendments, or scope changes. Legal jurisdiction and governing law. It specifies the legal framework that governs the contracts like country, state laws. Termination and exit clause. It includes conditions under which the contract can be terminated, like breach of contract, force majeure, or mutual consent. Types of contracts. Once the vendor is selected, the contract is made between buyer and seller. Normally, there are two main categories of contracts: fixed price and cost reimbursement. Apart from these two, there is another hybrid contract which is called a time and material T&M contract, which combines features of both cost reimbursable and fixed price contracts. Fixed price contracts. This type of contract sets a fixed price for all predictive procurement activities. It is most appropriate when the scope of the procurement is well defined. This type of contract can be divided into three categories again: firm fixed price FFP, fixed price incentive fee FPIF, fixed price with economic price adjustment FPEPA. Firm fixed price FFP. The price is set and not subject to change. For example, suppose a contract with an EPC contractor is to install inverters, transformers, and transmission line, and the value of this contract is $2.5 million. So, in this case, the contractor bears all risks, ensuring delivery within the agreed budget. Fixed price incentive fee FPIF. This contract provides flexibility for performance incentives. For example, a contract with a construction firm where they receive a $100,000 incentive for completing the substation installation 1 month early. However, if they exceed the agreed schedule, the contractor absorbs the extra cost. Fixed price with economic price adjustment FPEPA. This contract keeps provision for inflation or other economic changes. Suppose a company got 5 years O&M contract for cleaning and maintaining the solar panels. The contract will include an inflation adjustment clause, which will allow prices to increase by 2% annually due to the labor and material cost inflation. Next is cost reimbursable contracts. These contracts are used when the scope is uncertain or subject to significant changes. The buyers reimburses actual cost plus an additional fee for the contractor's profit. This type of contract can be divided into three categories again: cost plus fixed fee CPFF, cost plus incentive fee CPIF, cost plus award fee CPAF. Cost plus fixed fee CPFF. In this contract, the seller is reimbursed for all cost plus a fixed fee. For example, hiring a consulting firm for project feasibility analysis, the actual cost plus $50,000 fixed fee, regardless of final project cost. Cost plus incentive fee CPIF. The seller is reimbursed for cost and receives an incentive fee based on performance. For example, a contract with an EPC contractor where they get $5 million plus 10% of cost savings if the project is completed below budget. The last one is cost plus award fee, CPAF. In this contract, the seller is reimbursed for cost and receives an award fee based on subjective performance criteria. For example, a contract with an environmental consultant for monitoring the site impact where they receive reimbursement plus an award fee based on the government's approval rating of their environmental compliance report. The third type contract is time and material contracts, a hybrid contract with elements of both fixed price and cost reimbursable models. It is useful when scope details are unclear. The buyer pays the seller based on the time spent and material used. This type of contract is flexible and can be adjusted as the project progresses. For example, hiring a software development firm to create a customized application where the firm charges $100 per hour for labor and the cost of material used in the project. Okay, so here we end our session. Thanks for watching. I hope you found the lesson useful. I'll be back soon with more project management content. So stay tuned. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Your support really helps. Namaste, goodbye, Sampai Jumpa.